This week I travelled into Rochester, the home of the second oldest cathedral in England, the second oldest school in the world, and as well the former home to Charles Dickens. But most importantly, it is home to a whole lot of charity shops.
Long time no see for Rochester. I don't think we've been to Rochester in one of these since October, which is kind of nuts. So we're going to head there now. I'm going to stop in the massive cancer research shop, which is on the way, because it's rude not to. I'm literally driving past.
And in the end, I am so happy I did end up stopping at this charity shop, because there were so many good things in here. And look at the size of it too. It's massive. But the first thing that I come across were these high top vans. God, but it feels like I found so many vans recently in these episodes, and just in general when I've been to the charity shops. But I probably would have picked these vans up, but the only thing is I literally bought exactly the same pair in the Depop haul video. But there's some really cool graphic t-shirts in here. I found a really cool one the other week. It was like this Jamaica tie-dye one. I thought it was quite interesting. But this time I thought this Childish Gambino one was quite interesting. But the only thing was I did really like that little thing it had on the front, but there was literally nothing on the back, and I thought that was just pretty boring. But t-shirt which did actually have a front and a back print was this Chevrolet like sports car touring t-shirt. I thought this looked so cool. It really reminded me of like the NASCAR style t-shirts, and as well I really like the blue. I think this will be perfect for summer. But apart from that t-shirt, there weren't really too much else in this charity shop, so I thought while I'm in Strood, I might as well stay in Strood. I'll go to the other charity shops before I go to Rochester. So the next charity shop I headed into was this Demelza charity shop, and they even had like 50% off the coats, I think the woman was saying, but unfortunately there were literally none that were interesting. And to join the uninteresting coats, all of the clothes in there were pretty boring and uneventful, so I just cut out of this charity shop pretty quick. So I headed down to the Strood Community Hospice. I quite like this charity shop because it's really big as well. This charity shop was a bit of a madness. They had so much Nike in this charity shop and so much like designer. Like they had Adidas, they had a bit of Tommy Hilfiger, but there was nothing too astonishing from those brands apart from just some graphic t-shirts. They were kind of cool though, but I weren't going to be buying them. Something that was quite interesting though was this French Connection jacket, because this was in here the last time we went in this charity shop. So this is sat in here since October, and what's that? That's about 3 months ago now. So good thing I didn't pick it up last episode, because that would, instead of being sat in that shop, it'd probably be sat on my Depop. But I then found once again another pair of Vans. These were really interesting though. These were like a leather pair. I've never seen a leather pair, I don't think. But then my heart dropped for a second. I see the Gore-Tex logo on the end of a sleeve of this coat. I was so gassed and then so disappointed, because it was just like a basic North Face coat. It wasn't really anything special, and it had quite a lot of little red dots all over it, so I weren't going to be picking it up. I think it was like £15 as well. I then accidentally dropped this Adidas jacket on the floor. Then I found some really nice polos. Like I found this Timberland stripy one which I quite liked, and then I found this Adidas one which I really liked as well. I just thought the badge was interesting. It wasn't really that spectacular of a polo, but something that was almost spectacular was this Ralph Lauren shirt. It was like one of the more older Ralph Lauren, like vintage Ralph Lauren sports shirts. I conveniently managed to block the tag with my bag. Big apologies. But it was pretty plain apart from the badge. Like you wouldn't have even have known it was a Ralph Lauren one. And I'm thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure that was in here last time as well. So once again, good thing I did not pick that up last time to sell. But something I knew I was going to pick up as soon as I see it was this 2001 Dr Dre Vinyl. This vinyl goes for about £30 new, but for the one that I've got, which I think might actually be like the OG one, it goes for £99 on eBay. Granted, the listing that I was looking at was literally a brand new one, so I'd probably take at least £30, £40 off that, but still that's not bad considering this was only £15. I've literally wanted to buy a vinyl like this for months now, either like one from this time, either like an Eminem one or a Snoop Dogg one. So as soon as I see this, it was 100% coming away with me.
Well, Strood was successful. Easy. This is the best part about it by far. This is so sick. And as well, we've obviously got the little Suzuki t-shirt. I really liked this. I kind of thought it was nuts that it was from 2006, because this t-shirt is almost as old as me, but I can defo see myself wearing that in the summer. But let's head into Rochester now, and hopefully it is even more successful than Strood was.
We didn't start off very successfully though, because the Bernardo's charity shop was shut once again. This was shut in the last episode, and as well I think it was just shut the last time I actually just came to Rochester, so who knows when this one is actually ever open. But one shop which was open was the cancer research shop up the top end of the high street, so I I headed over to the men's. I thought I'd found a really sick like random graphic or even like a vintage t-shirt, but no, it was just one from Boohoo. But I then did find an actual vintage item in this Nike like t-shirt button up thing. It was a bit weird, but it was on a red and black Nike tag. That alone made me heavily tempted to buy this, but the only thing was I just thought it was a bit strange, like the button up t-shirt, probably quite Y2K maybe potentially. I'm not really too sure to be honest, but it might have been worth picking up. But I think it was like £8 as well, and I weren't really feeling it that much. But something that I was kind of feeling were these weird like clock t-shirts. I was trying to figure out if they were from something by looking at the tag, but someone had stuck the pricing over the tag, so who knows what they were. And as well, I was trying to look for maybe a little bit of text saying they were from like a Disney film, for example, but there was literally nothing on there, or even just like a year stamp. But apart from a pair of Levi's in this charity shop, there was not really too much else going on. So I walked down to our next charity shop, which was meant to be this Hospice of Hope, but once again, another charity shop was shut. I don't know why this was shut. It was literally like 1 o'clock on a Thursday, so it was like prime trading hours for charity shops. So who knows why they haven't been open. But I headed down to further on from the cancer research shop to this Sue Ryder shop, which was actually open. And then when I headed inside, I got juked so hard because I thought I found a Ralph Lauren like bear hoodie, but it was a Biggie Bear graphic hoodie, a Biggie Bear graphic. I even checked the tag trying to hold on hope that it could potentially be a Ralph Lauren one, but unfortunately it wasn't. I then found a really interesting pair of Adidas shoes. Like the sole was like Adidas logos that had been like copy and pasted almost on top of each other to create the sole. Interesting, not a bit of me. They really reminded me of the Craig Green Adidas collab, which I absolutely loved. I then found another interesting pair of shoes. I found these TNs in a size 12. Bit of a wham size, but they were only £10. But then I found out why they were £10 because the sole was near enough falling off. I then found once again another pair of Converse. The Converse sign from the gods continues. I think I need to buy the next pair I see. But then I headed down to arguably one of the best charity shops in Rochester, and it was this the Melzer charity shop. I don't know how they get their stock, but it is always amazing. The pricing is a little bit more premium than some of the other shops, but you are paying most of the time for more premium product. But they had quite a lot of decent like jackets and coats and everything like that. They had some decent t-shirts as well, but there was nothing really wow until I found this Rolling Stones graphic t-shirt. When I was in there, I was pretty convinced that it was a vintage one because it had an actual tag. Even though it had been cut out, you could see it did have one. The print was absolutely perfect on this as well, and it was literally only £10. I was trying to work out the age of it by the stitching, but to be honest, I couldn't really crack it. I was half convinced that it was a single stitch, but then at the same time I really wasn't sure, so I definitely made a bad decision by putting it back. But what can you do now? Somehow I left that charity shop empty-handed, or you could say stupidly I left that charity shop empty-handed, not picking up that Rolling Stones t-shirt, and I headed into this Wisdom Hospice charity shop, which I feel like has come through in a big way before. And as well in here I found a pair of Avisu slip-on shoes, which I can't lie, I regret not buying. I'll add that to the long list of things that I regret not buying and things that I didn't end up buying. But I started in here, just had a little skim through the clothes. I couldn't really find anything that I really found too interesting apart from these Vans, and as well this like Tetley wallet. I assume this isn't like Tetley tea. I assume this is like a different Tetley. But I then had a quick skim through the records. After our major success in Strood, I thought I'd have some more success, but no, they were just really old ones. I then did have a quick little skim back through the clothes, and I found this Reebok t-shirt, but apart from that there really weren't anything else clothes wise in this charity shop. But records wise, once again I found this Elvis record, but it weren't really overly interesting. I thought it was kind of cool though. But I ended up heading out of there, and I headed pretty much a couple doors down into this Red Cross charity shop, and I couldn't find the men's stuff, so I walked in and did the walk of shame back out and headed next door into this Mine charity shop, which this time I could actually find where the men's stuff was. But even though I could, there really was not anything at all in here apart from this Goose beer t-shirt, which once again I felt like what I see last time I come into this charity shop. I feel like none of the stock has moved in any of these shops. But I kept walking up the high street. I didn't think there was any more charity shops, but I thought, oh, I'll go on a little walk. I've paid for an hour parking. I'll use up my whole hour. I've got a half hour left. And then I stumbled across this Oxfam book and furniture charity shop. I think I've disregarded this one in the past as literally only just selling furniture and books, but it did actually have a men's section, which I've never knew about. But before I went to the men's section, I found these really cool digital cameras. Like, these were so sick. There were so many of them as well. The only thing was, though, they didn't have any price tags on them. If they had some price tags on them, I probably would have heavily considered buying at least one of them if they were like a $5 or something like that. Because unlike that film camera that I see last week, you can actually kind of use like the digital cameras a little bit more. You can kind of just slap them in your pocket on a night out or whatever and just use it as you go. But I headed into the men's section and it was a very interesting room. I thought it looked pretty cool, but the only thing was it was really dead. There was literally nothing in there. Then snaps a little photo off my Instagram. No, go check out my Instagram if you haven't already. You'll absolutely love the content on there. But I hope you enjoyed my thrifting trip to Rochester. I am very happy with what I bought. That Dr. Dre record is just chilling on my wall. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed, and I really do hope to see you in another one of my videos.